All right, so today we're going to do a deep dive into AI in action. You know,
Okay.
not like the science fiction stuff, but like how it's actually being used right now.
Yeah, it's pretty wild how AI is actually like out there, making a difference already.
Totally. And, we're looking at this show, AI in Action, and they're featuring all these different ways that AI is like tackling problems in like urban planning and agriculture, even healthcare. It's so cool.
It is, and like a lot of it is stuff we don't even realize is happening?
Yeah, okay. So like let's start with something everyone can relate to, like traffic. I mean, who hasn't been stuck in a jam and like just wished it would magically disappear?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Well, AI might be the closest thing we got to a magic wand for that.
Right. AI in action. They featured a city that's actually using AI to fight traffic congestion, and it's working.
Really? So, like, are there tiny AI robots out there, like, directing traffic?
Not quite, but it is pretty cool. They've got this system with cameras and sensors on the roads that like capture real-time traffic flow. But get this, they're also using data from smartphones too.
Wait, hold on. My phone could be helping fight traffic.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But wait, isn't that like a privacy issue?
Yeah, good point. They make sure the data is anonymized so it can't be traced back to you or anything.
Okay, that makes sense. So, like, we've got all this data coming in, but how does AI actually, like, help?
Okay, so this is where it gets really cool. They developed AI algorithms that can actually predict where traffic is going to get bad.
It's like a crystal ball for traffic.
Yeah, kinda. It's like the city has a brain that's always thinking about how to keep traffic moving.
Wow. So then what?
Well, the AI can like change traffic light timing, recommend different routes, even adjust speed limits all in real time.
That's wild. It's like a smart conductor for the whole city.
Exactly. And it's working. They said on the show that it's reduced congestion by like 20% during rush hour.
Wow. So people are saving time. And it's better for the environment too, because there's less like,
It's
emissions.
a win-win for sure.
But, not every city has the ability to like implement this kind of tech, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. It's something to think about. Like, how do we make sure this kind of technology is accessible to everyone?
Totally. Okay, so we went from city streets. Now let's head out to the fields because AI is changing how we farm too.
I love that show AI in Action had a whole segment on this company that's doing something called the Smart Farm Initiative.
Oh yeah, and it's all about using AI to grow more food, but like in a way that's good for the planet.
Hmm. Okay, I'm listening.
So imagine this drones with high-tech cameras and sensors flying over fields, gathering all this data about the soil, the plants, even pests.
It's like giving farmers a superpower view of their land.
Exactly. And then all that data goes to AI algorithms that are like virtual farm assistants.
So, like, what kind of insights do they give?
Oh, all sorts of things. Like the AI can analyze the soil and tell the farmer exactly what kind of fertilizer to use, or it can spot signs of disease in plants before a human even could.
So they can catch problems early.
Yeah, and it's not just about like diagnosing problems. The AI can even help farmers figure out the best way to water their crops so they don't waste water.
That's huge for sustainability.
Totally. And get this, some farms are even using AI-powered robots to do things like weeding and harvesting.
Wow, the future of farming is here.
Right, and the results are amazing. Farms using this technology are seeing their crop yields go up by like 30% while using way less water and chemicals.
That's incredible. It's like AI is helping us feed the world and protect the planet at the same time.
I know, it's amazing. But there are challenges too, like, the cost of this technology can be a lot for smaller farms.
That's a good point. We need to make sure this tech is accessible to everyone.
Yeah, and farmers need training too. Like, they need to know how to use this stuff.
True. But imagine if we can overcome these challenges. It could completely change how we think about food production.
Yeah, okay, so last stop on our AI adventure for today. Let's go into the world of healthcare
Ooh, okay.
because AI is starting to play a really important role in how doctors diagnose things.
Really?
Yeah, AI in action, they featured this system called the AI Diagnostic Assistant.
Hmm.
And it's basically like having a superpowered detective on your medical team.
Okay, you've got my attention. What does this detective do?
So imagine an AI system that can analyze medical images like X-rays and MRIs, and it can scan through all your medical records and even look at your genetic information.
Wow, that's a lot of information.
I know.
Mm.
It's like having a doctor who's read every medical textbook ever written. The goal is to help doctors make faster and more accurate diagnoses.
So it's like a second opinion, but from an AI.
Exactly. And it can catch things that a human might miss, like tiny details in an image or patterns in your medical history that could point to a problem.
So it's like helping reduce errors.
Yeah. And it can even help personalize treatment plans by taking into account your unique medical history and genes.
That's incredible. It's like medicine is getting tailor-made.
It is. And think about the benefits: earlier diagnoses, fewer medical errors, and maybe even a shift to preventative care.
That's the dream, right? Catching things before they even become a problem.
Exactly. So that's just a taste of how AI is already making a difference in healthcare, and we'll dive into more examples in part 2.
Sounds good. Welcome back.
It's amazing to see how many different areas AI is already impacting.
It really is. Like, we just scratched the surface in part 1, with traffic and farming and healthcare.
Yeah, there's so much more. So are you ready to explore some new AI territory?
Oh, yeah. I'm especially interested in how it's changing, like, the creative world.
Okay, so get ready because we're about to enter the world of AI-generated content. And it's pretty mind-blowing what they showed on AI in action.
You mean like AI writing tools and music software and even art?
Yeah, exactly. It's like AI is becoming a co-creator, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
I know. It makes you think about what creativity even means now, right?
Yeah, but instead of seeing it as like a threat, I think it's more about embracing AI as like a new tool we can use to be even more creative.
Right. Like they showed how some writers are using AI to get past writer's block or try out different writing styles.
Yeah, it's like having a brainstorming buddy who can just come up with ideas on demand.
And it's not just writing. They had musicians using AI to compose melodies and create these crazy soundscapes, even produce entire tracks.
I know it's wild to think that AI can like tap into music and create something that we connect with emotionally.
It really makes you wonder about that line between human and machine creativity.
I know, but honestly, I'm more excited than worried. It
Yeah,
feels like it's opening up so many new possibilities in music and art.
definitely. And it's not replacing human creativity, it's adding to it, giving us new ways to express ourselves.
Speaking of expressing ourselves, let's talk about how AI is changing the world of finance, high-speed trading and all that.
Yeah, AI is making a big splash on Wall Street. AI in action showed how it's being used to manage risk, make investments, even keep financial systems more secure.
So it's like bringing a whole new level of intelligence to the financial world, which is kind of intimidating for someone like me who can barely understand their own bank statement.
Well, the good news is that AI can actually make finance easier to understand for everyone. Like some platforms are using AI to give personalized financial advice.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
So it's like having a personal financial advisor in your pocket.
Exactly. And on a bigger scale, AI is helping banks and investment firms make better decisions.
So it's just a bunch of robots doing math problems?
Not exactly. It's more about AI algorithms that can analyze huge amounts of data like stock prices, market trends, company performance, all in real time.
Wow. So AI is seeing the whole financial picture, like connecting all the dots.
Exactly. And that lets it identify patterns, predict market changes, and even make trades way faster than any human could.
So AI is giving traders a big advantage.
It is, but it's not just about making money. AI can also help catch financial crimes like fraud.
So it's like a financial watchdog.
Yeah, by analyzing transactions and user behavior, AI can spot things that look suspicious.
That's a huge win for everyone, businesses and consumers. But what about the human side of things? Are robots going to replace all the financial advisors and stockbrokers?
That's a good question. I think it's more about adapting and evolving. AI is changing the game, and people who can learn and use these new technologies will do well.
So lifelong learning is more important than ever.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's shift gears one last time.
Yeah.
We've seen AI on the roads, in the fields, and in the financial markets. Now let's bring it home literally to our homes.
This is an area where we've all probably experienced AI without even realizing it.
Exactly. Like those chatbots on websites, virtual assistants that answer our questions, even those personalized recommendations when we're shopping online.
It's like AI is becoming the new face of customer service. But is it actually making things better?
Well, on AI in action, they showed some pretty impressive examples of how AI is making customer service faster, more personal, and even more enjoyable.
Okay, how so?
Well, like some companies are using AI-powered chatbots to handle basic questions and give support 24/7.
So no more waiting on hold forever.
Right, and these chatbots are getting smarter all the time. They can understand what you're saying, even if you don't use perfect grammar.
It's like talking to a real person, but one that has instant access to tons of information.
And it's not just about speed. AI can help make customer interactions more personal, too.
Yeah, like those recommendations based on what you've bought before.
Right. It's like having a personal shopper who knows your style better than you do. But what about the human touch? Will chatbots ever totally replace human customer service agents?
I think there will always be a need for that human touch, especially for complex or sensitive issues.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to talk to a real person.
Exactly. It's about finding the right balance.
Mm.
AI can handle the simple stuff, and then humans can step in for the more complicated things.
So customers get faster service and businesses can be more efficient.
Exactly, a win-win. And as AI keeps getting better, we can expect even more seamless and personalized customer service experiences.
Welcome back to the show. So we've seen how AI is like out there changing things in so many ways, but what does it all mean for like society? The
Oh.
big picture.
Right, it's not just about cool tech, it's about how AI is shaping the world we live in.
Exactly. Feels like we're at this like turning point, and it's exciting, but kind of scary too,
Yeah,
you know?
I get it. It's a lot to think about how AI might change our lives, our jobs, even our future.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with something that's on a lot of people's minds, jobs. We've all heard those like warnings about robots taking over and people losing their job.
Right. It's a real concern, and it's something we need to talk about, AI in action. They addressed this and they said that, yeah, AI is automating some jobs, but it's also creating new ones.
So it's not just about jobs disappearing, it's about jobs changing.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, think about it. When cars were invented, people who made horse-drawn carriages lost their jobs, but then there were all these new jobs making cars and driving them and fixing them.
That's a good point.
Hmm.
So what kind of jobs do you think will be in demand in this like AI-powered world?
Well, they talked about AI development and data science and machine learning. Those are all growing fields. But it's not just about technical skills.
Oh, what else?
We're also going to need people who can connect the dots between technology and humans.
So like communication and critical thinking and creativity, those things are still important.
More than ever, I think. We need people who can understand both the tech and the human side of things.
That's good to know. So it's not like humans are becoming obsolete.
Not at all.
Okay, so we've talked about jobs, but what about our everyday lives? Outside of work, how is AI changing that?
Oh, in so many ways. Think about how we get information, how we connect with people, even how we manage our homes. AI is already influencing all of that.
Okay, give me some examples.
Well, we already talked about personalized recommendations, on streaming services and shopping sites. That's AI figuring out what you like and suggesting things you might want.
Yeah, I do love getting those movie recommendations. They're actually good.
Right. And AI is also what powers those smart home devices, the ones that can adjust the temperature or play music just by you talking to them.
It's like having a futuristic butler.
Totally. And think about how AI can help people with disabilities, too.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Like, there are AI-powered tools that can help people with mobility issues get around or communicate or access information in new ways.
So AI can actually make the world more accessible and inclusive.
Exactly. That's one of those exciting things about it, the potential to improve lives.
Okay, so we've talked about jobs, everyday life, accessibility, but there's another big thing we have to consider: ethics.
Yeah, that's right. We have to make sure we're using AI responsibly.
So what are some of the ethical things we need to be thinking about?
Well, one of the biggest is bias. AI systems are trained on data, and if that data is biased, then the AI's decisions will be biased too.
That's scary. It's like teaching a computer to be prejudiced.
That's why it's so important to have diverse teams working on AI and to make sure the data is fair and unbiased.
That sounds really challenging.
It is, but it's crucial. If we want AI to benefit everyone, we have to make sure it's being used fairly and ethically.
Well said. Okay, so it feels like we're just at the beginning of this whole AI thing. There's so much more to learn and discover.
It's an exciting time. It's like we're all on this journey together, figuring out how to use AI for good.
So what's the takeaway? What does the future hold for AI and humans?
I think AI has the potential to help us solve some of the world's biggest problems and make life better for everyone. But we have to be careful and responsible. We have to make sure it's aligned with our values.
So it's not just about the technology itself. It's about how we choose to use it.
Exactly. If we approach AI with a sense of responsibility and collaboration, I think we can create a future where humans and AI work together to make the world a better place.
That's a great vision to end on. So that wraps up our deep dive into AI in action. It's been an incredible journey exploring how AI is already shaping our world and thinking about what the future might hold.
Thanks for joining us. We hope this has inspired you to learn more about AI and how it's changing everything.
And remember, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep imagining the possibilities because the future of AI is up to all of us.